Hey everyone, welcome back to my therapy lounge. My name is Joanna. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and today we are on episode 5 of Walks with Lily, where I walk my dog and we talk about anything mental health. Today we are going to dive into a topic that everyone can relate to and everybody experiences, which is the body's alarm system, the fight, flight, or freeze response. All right, so you ready? You ready, Lily? Let's go. All right, so when you're faced with danger, whether it's a bear in the woods or a tight deadline at work, your brain kicks into high gear. The amygdala, which is your brain's alarm system, sends a signal to your body to prepare for action. But how you react depends on which one of these three responses you experience. First one is flight. This is when your brain decides the best way to survive is to stand your ground and confront the danger. Your body floods with adrenaline, your heart races, and your muscles tense up, ready for action. So, the examples that I'm going to use for these three responses are related to relationships. So, when you're dealing with conflict in your relationship, oh wow, take a look at these geese. So, an example of a fight response would be, let's say one partner gets defensive, raises their voice, criticizes, or starts an argument to assert control or dominance in the situation. So, for example, saying things like, "You never listen to me," or "You always do this," name calling, threatening, making threatening statements, or giving ultimatums. Next, we have the flight response. So, this is when your brain decides the best way to survive is to get out of there fast. Your body prioritizes speed and agility, and you might feel an overwhelming urge to run and escape. So, another example of this in relationships is where one partner avoids the conflict by leaving the room, shutting down emotionally, or focusing on something else. An example of this, walking away mid conversation, pretending nothing's wrong, or suddenly getting busy with work or something else and scrolling on social media. And lastly, we have the freeze response. So, this is when your brain decides that the best way to survive is to stay completely still. Your body shuts down and you might feel paralyzed or unable to move. An example of this would be one partner becomes emotionally numb, is unable to respond, or struggles to express their thoughts. Examples of this, your partner goes quiet, stares blankly, and struggles to find words, feeling overwhelmed and stuck in the moment. All right, that's kind of usually how she is with other dogs. She's very friendly, but with other dogs, she wants to play. She's very playful, but she just tries to be too assertive, I guess. All right, so more examples of this would be, let's say, you need to take a test or an exam and you freeze up, forgetting everything that you studied. When you're driving, you might have a fight response by honking or yelling when someone cuts you off. Or again, someone fleeing from a stressful conversation, right? Because it's too difficult to deal with. So the key is to recognize these responses in yourself and understand that they're completely normal. It is just your brain's way of trying to protect you. All right. Come on. You want to look at the geese? Come on, Lily. Lily. Oh, there's a bunch of dogs here, huh? All right. So then how do we manage our stress responses? So what can we do when we are dealing with a fight, flight, or freeze response? So basically, here's what's happening in your body. Okay, so when the amygdala, which is the brain and body's alarm system, goes off, it's triggered, it perceives a threat. That's when this response is going to take place. When your amygdala is triggered, fight, flight, or freeze response is activated. You get a flood of adrenaline, which temporarily overrides your prefrontal cortex. So, what does that mean? Your prefrontal cortex is in charge of problem solving, logical, rational thinking, decision making. And think of it like this: your amygdala is like a barking dog, right? It's alerting you that something could be wrong, right? It could be perceived or real danger. And now you're flooded with adrenaline. You need to take action, right? Your body needs to do something with all that adrenaline, all that energy. Until you're able to calm your body down, you cannot think clearly. So thinking of amygdala as barking dog and your prefrontal cortex as the wise owl, right? Problem solving, conflict resolution, logical, rational thinking. Okay. So how do you calm down a barking dog? So I'm sure you've heard of this phrase or this statement of, in an emergency, don't panic, stay calm. Why do you think people say that? Well, again, when your amygdala is activated, your barking dog's going off, that overrides, shuts down temporarily your prefrontal cortex, which is decision making. So you cannot think clearly, you cannot think rationally or make sound decisions when your amygdala is going off, when your body is dysregulated. So now we're going to take a look at different things that you could do to try to help mitigate those stress responses in your body. So first one here is deep breathing. I'm going to link my video on how to deal with anxiety in under 5 minutes at the end of this video, where I demonstrate box breathing. So check it out. But definitely, first thing to do is deep breathing. Second thing to do is trying to name the emotion that you're feeling in the moment. For example, oh, I'm feeling anxious. Oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. This will help shift your brain away from the amygdala and towards the prefrontal cortex. So you're making a bridge. As soon as you identify the emotion you're feeling, you're creating a bridge to your prefrontal cortex to start that thinking, start activating the problem solving or conflict resolution or logical thoughts. Number 3 is ground yourself. Use a grounding technique. Again, I demonstrate this in my anxiety video. I'm going to link at the end of this video. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1. Number 4 is engage in positive self-talk. So this is like talking yourself through this situation, this perceived threat. So some things that you could say, some reassuring phrases can be, I am safe right now. I know I can handle this. This feeling will pass. All right. Number 5, move your body. So if possible, walk, stretch, shake it off, shaking out the tension to discharge excess stress energy. Physical movement tells your brain that you're taking action, reducing the need for that fight or flight response. And then lastly, stimulate your vagus nerve. So there's several different exercises that you can try to do in the moment. They're called vagus nerve reset exercises. But one thing to keep in mind is, so what is the vagus nerve? It's a set of nerves that are the longest cranial nerves in your body, and they tend to hold anxiety and trauma. They govern, this nerve starts all the way from your brain down to your large intestine. Okay. So, how do you release your vagus nerve without doing one of those specific vagus nerve reset exercises? You can try humming, singing, or splashing cold water on your face. By consistently practicing these techniques, you can train your brain to handle stress like a pro, reducing amygdala hijack and allowing the prefrontal cortex to engage in problem solving and rational thinking. Alrighty everyone, if you found this video helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, comment down below. And if you're looking for free worksheets or resources on how to deal with anxiety in real time, how to help diffuse intense thoughts, and how to deal with toxic people, I have free worksheets on my website. Go to mytherapylounge.com/shop. Now it's gonna be her treat time. All right, you ready for a treat? All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.